Alrighty. Still on page 14. This is turning out to be the longest page. 3 panels, long page. Alright. Quick overview. This is where the pencil layer is still on. But I have this final panel. I started the foreground already. And my idea is, once again, this is the light, so we put some extreme shadowing here. And you can also see it on the sword. And it's Easter, by the way. Happy Easter. It is 9:41 on Easter, in case you're watching this at a later date. I had a lot of fun at the Saturday draw show. I'll show you what I did. Hang on. This is a sketchbook drawing. Ooh. I did a couple of pages. I did this Fury of Mecha Kong here. I don't know where I was going with this, but it was funny. And then I did this robot romance here. But mostly it was I was trying to figure out how to draw hair. I like this weird effect. Anyways, that was yesterday. Some traditional inking. All right. Hello, nurse. Okay. If you are an artist and would like to join in on the Saturday show, just say hi in chat. I'll send you a link. I'd be glad to. Wait. Anyway. Slowly but surely, we're going to get there. Through this page. It always seems like I slow down near the end of a comic, because I know it's coming to an end soon. Let's see. Blaze has extended the blaze sword. right. It's an interesting thing on Dan Fraga's channel. He brought it up a couple of times. I'm not sure anyone really pays attention to this kind of thing, but he's talking about you can put the action lines into the figure on top of the anatomy. And so you draw your musculature and all the shapes and everything. And then you can also add the action lines right on top of it. And you have to kind of combo it up. And he gave an example, so he actually drew one. I think it's in his community posts. I definitely want to learn that trick. It's a Kirby trick. Kirby would put the action lines into the anatomy. And which, by the way, this also should tell you it's anatomically it's not correct, but that's okay. Dynamically, it totally works. I'm still trying to figure out the mystery of what happened to the spirit's public domain status. So the spirit is still available on all of the public domain sites, and those are the ones that get checked regularly by, the various companies. If for some reason, the spirit truly had lost his public domain status, he would be off of Comic Book Plus. Like, you could go to the quality section and there just wouldn't be any spirit there, but it's still there. However, it has disappeared from public domain superheroes, which is another one of those sites that gets checked. So it makes me wonder. There is the Spirit has his own knockoff, which is Midnight. So when Eisner goes off to war, just in case Eisner gets killed, Busy Arnold said, okay, we're going to make our own version of the Spirit. And it'll be done by Jack Cole, the Plastic Man guy. And it looks exactly like the Spirit, but his name is different. So I'll have to look up. Anyways, when DC... I always forget with snarling eyes. Snarling nose. When DC buys all the quality characters, as they do, they also buy Midnight. Well, they buy the licenses. That's the crazy thing. They don't actually buy the characters, they buy the licenses. Eisner himself, like if you watch, I forget what the series is called, but it's like kind of Stan Lee interviewing the greats. And like there's one with Stan Lee and Sergio Aragonés, and there's one with Stan Lee and, I don't know, Todd McFarlane, but there's one with Stan Lee and Will Eisner. And Eisner says, as you know, we never had a copyright. We finally got trademarks worked out. Trademark licenses. So basically what that means, as long as your comic doesn't have like the character on the cover, or they just change the name, in this case, the name of the in an anthology, for example, which is I'm mostly publishing. I'm self-publishing, but I'm also publishing anthologies. then you're good to go, because the whole point of trademark versus copyright is to just make sure that the consumer knows that he's getting the official version. So you can use the character as long as you're not trying to sell the product based on the character, which in the case of tiny independent anthologies, you're barely even trying to sell it. At least I don't even try to really sell them. This is all about, for me, building my skills, creating a showcase, etc. Anyways, so I had the idea of doing, at some point, a couple of spirit stories. And now I'm kind of thinking maybe not, because what I'd want to do, what do you do when you get hold of a public domain character? You want to change it up a little bit. You want to put your interpretation of it. And that's how you create derivative content. But would it be better to do that with Midnight, Vice the Spirit, or a completely different character? It would be, in my opinion. A character inspired by the Spirit. Or, you know, which Midnight already is. Because you could almost kind of make it more like I don't know. You could do a funnier version. You could do a more action-oriented version. The interesting thing about the Spirit to me is that it wasn't a straight-up comic. It wasn't a straight-up action series or anything like that, or a crime series. It had elements of that. It had a lot of humor elements too, though. You know, in fact, makes you want to go check out the Midnight version, because if Jack Cole was doing it, might have been really funny, because he's really funny. Hey, we're getting somewhere. Let's pull off my pencils for a second. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, the idea I had for the shadow, let me see if I'm going to put it on its own layer. Page assist. What are we doing here? Not page assist. Drawing guide. Edit drawing guide. These aren't going to be just standard action lines. We're going to do something with them. All right, let's take the assist back off. I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking I did it wrong. So luckily we can just erase right over that. Instead of, these aren't going to be just action lines. We want to sort of imply the floor level. So let's try this again. If I bring it down here. All right. Now let's see what we get out of it. I'm going to take the pencils out because so how about this? Like, I might actually do the focus lines too, but ooh, that wasn't wrong. What if I put a shadow back here? Gotta remember to put his tail in too. Oh, I'm liking the effect so far, but I might pull it back. The reason it's on its own layer is because if it all just doesn't work, we just erase it. But I think I need to know. Let me bring back that drawing guide for a second. Where it is. Turn the drawing guide back off. There we go. All right, we like it. He likes it. Mikey likes it. So many ways to screw up when you're inking. You gotta hedge your bets sometimes. All right. Well, at this point, there's no drawing guide, so I'm trying to kind of curve it a little bit. Give it a little bit of curve. So at this point, I could kind of do like some focus lines on him as a character. Ooh, this is not good. All right. Yeah, we're close. We're close. Trying to draw his tail. All right, we're getting somewhere. What's going on here? I'm kind of saving myself from the um, having to do the background by having this one in the middle panel. You should probably try and get a background or some kind of establishing location. If not every page, every other page, but definitely strive for every page. Make an attempt. So that the reader knows where things are located, situated, etc. Okay. What is that? Now in thinner lines, we can kind of the background. Is the reader really going to notice it? They're not going to notice that they noticed. It already makes a huge difference. Still supposed to be a bunch of technology equipment in this cave. We can just kind of imply it at the edges. All right, I think we're close. Let's change the dialogue a little bit. I was born for this. There we go. Let's give it a shot. That might be it. Could we possibly be done? All right. What do you think? I just need to run this all day. That's not the whole point. I've got to get started drawing. I don't have the next page drawn yet. So that's what I'm going to be working on next. Draw on another page. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more of the amazing battle beasts. The beast rangers. Battle beasts are the action figures that inspired them. All right. Looking good. I feel like I'll be doing this for a while. All right. Talk to you later.